Hello there. How are you today? Doing well, I hope. My chat window refuses to bring up the viewer list right now, so I have no idea who's here already. So time to shout out in the chat room, I think, so I can say hello to you properly. Hello, Cannon Shane, Cosmic, Solapume, no, Solaroon, Jason, Proligurman, She-Moon, whose name is in light green, and I've just switched back to the non-dark thing, so I can't actually read that properly, I don't think. Hi. Am I going to be playing some Monster Hunter when it comes out? You mean Monster Hunter World on the PC? Or Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate on the Switch? Or which Monster Hunter are you talking about? I've decided I probably won't bother with Generations on the Switch. But I probably will try Monster Hunter World on the PC. Which I think we're about 2 weeks away from launching, right? Where's that Skilliak in here? I don't know. There we go. Hey. So that's about an hour's worth of iron from my new designed iron farm. PC version? PC version of what? So now I've got it set up like this. I'll tell you what, villager breeding mechanics are real finicky when it comes to where the doors are and stuff like that. It's half my problem, getting the villagers to actually register the doors properly so iron golems actually spawn in the first place. It's very, very, very fiddly compared to Java. But this seems to be working okay for now. So we got a little bit of a spawn floor, flowing into signs over water and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. You can see it, you can see it. And it's kind of working. It's not working very efficiently, but at least it's working consistently, and I haven't seen any false spawns yet. By false spawns I mean there's iron golems spawning where they shouldn't be spawning, like on the slabs or in doorways and stuff like that, where the game says you shouldn't be able to spawn, but they did anyway in previous designs because I don't know why. Pro Lego Man, I see it now. You need some underscores in your name or something there, man. There's more content in Generations Ultimate than there is in World. I'm not that worried about content as far as story goes. What I'm interested in World is the same kind of thing that I get out of Dauntless, and that is kind of a open multiplayer, not quite MMORPG, but kind of that kind of thing. And my understanding is Generations is single player, right? So I'm not too panicked about how much like story mode there is and things like that. I don't know. I'm willing to have my mind changed though. Dauntless is really fun. I haven't played it in like a week or so. So I just haven't had time to sort of... The thing with Dauntless is because of the game it is, I gotta kind of play it particular times of day to make sure I get the best chances of being match made with people who know what they're fucking doing and shit like that. Where did all my villagers go? So... Remember how I had a whole shitload of villagers? Why are there doors missing? What happened here? You know what happened here? Doors missing, villagers gone. I know exactly what happened here. We had a... the game spawned a horde. A zombie horde. Somehow these guys outside managed to escape. Probably because the iron golems. They had a horde because they can break doors. And at least one of the villagers in here got bit through the fence, turned into a zombie, and then chain reacted through everyone else. Not such a big deal because my villager breeding seems to be making more of villagers as we speak. And they're all librarians by the looks of things. Oh well. At least that saves me the trouble of killing all these guys, which I was going to do anyway, just get them out of my bloody way. Cross-somebody done a lot in this world? No, I've done barely anything in this world. We're still, like, early game stuff, man. Although I guess I have defeated the dragon as of last weekend, so that's technically end game stuff, I suppose. No, we've only been playing this since Bedrock came out. This is Switch, so what? Month? I don't know. Dauntless Monster Hunter World is more story-driven. Yeah, I'm aware of that. And Generations is all about monsters, though it's not as automatic with matchmaking as Dauntless. So also, Generations is also multiplayer. I thought that was like a single-player RPG style story mode thingy. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I wonder where I got that idea. Hey, we finally got over a stack of cactus. Whee! So, what I've done is I've actually activated a ticking area. Ticking area is a bit like keeping a spawn or a set of chunks active. There is no such thing as a spawn chunk in Bedrock, so there is no such thing as a section of the world that by default that's where you spawn. It keeps it active no matter where you are. But you can set what's called ticking areas. At least if you've got cheats turned on. And list. There we go. So I've got a ticking area called base, which is in a circle of 4 chunks around this spot here, basically, I think I set it at. So hopefully that will keep the sugarcane farm active, the smeltery for the kelp active, it will keep the cactus farm active, and hopefully, I actually haven't done the math, but 4 chunks should be enough to keep that iron farm active all the time as well. So no matter where I am in the world, although I don't think it works when I go through dimensions, but if I'm in the overworld, no matter how far away I am, it should be keeping this area active, which means the farms I built here should be keeping active, which I think is a large part of why I was having such an issue with the sugarcane farm. Because my ticking area, which is a sphere around the player, I had it set to 6 chunks, or 4 chunks. 4 chunks is the default, I think I had it set to 6, but every time I walked away from this thing, I might have been unloading it so it stopped growing. But now it seems to be much, much better. I've also changed up the design, like I was talking about last weekend as well, by moving a minecart underneath. So when we pop the 2 stacks, if they fall on the dirt, we don't miss them anymore. So, I think that's all I've done off stream, since we last streamed anyway. Generations is online for players like 3DS versions. Okay. Yeah, I know almost nothing about Monster Hunter. It wasn't until I played Dauntless that I got even remotely interested in it. Because it always looked so overly complicated whenever I looked at sort of gameplay or Let's Play or something. It seemed difficult to get grips with, and I didn't know whether I had the brain space to even bother trying. It's such a long-running series. I wonder if that's how some people feel about Pokemon. Maybe that's why we're getting Pokemon Let's Go, because of that kind of attitude. Pokemon has been alive so long and has evolved so many different ways. Maybe some people are actually genuinely intimidated to start playing Pokemon. Because they feel like there's so much information out there, they feel like there's so much to catch up on, they'll never catch up on it. Never thought about it from that perspective before, but I bet that's something to do with it. I mean, they want to attract Pokemon Go players, and the reason that attracted people is because it was a very, very simple, basic experience that was a social phenomenon. Dr. Swedish likes my base, thank you very much. I like my base too. Kind of. We're getting there anyway. Right, so, plan for today is basically a bit of busy work. We're going to tear down the Ocean Monument, because I've been watching a few videos on how Ocean Monument spawning works as far as Guardian farms go. And there are 2 different types of spawns in Bedrock. One of them is surface spawn, one of them is cave spawn, and it gets more complicated from there about despawning and how many mobs in any given area they're allowed to be and things like that. But the surface spawn mechanic above monuments is very, very specific and pattern based, so it should be fairly easy to make a decent farm out of it. But we also have to get rid of the Ocean Monument underneath, because that will spawn guardians on the Prismarine in a random fashion. As long as there's no Prismarine there, they won't spawn. That's what they spawn on as far as quote unquote cave spawns go, or surface spawns, but at the monument. That's how they get them to spawn inside. It's got nothing to do with the area itself, it's the area and the material on which they spawn on, apparently. So we have to get rid of the entire ocean monument. We don't have to drain the area, thank fucking Christ for that, but we do have to get rid of it. And to help us do that, we're going to take some shulker boxes, so we've got lots and lots of storage space. So we got our pick, silk touch pick, that's all good to go. Probably going to need more food and more torches. Don't have any more torches. Let's make some. Right roll. Can't make any more torches. I seem to be out of coal, believe it or not. Fine. Take the sticks with me just in case we find some coal or something, I suppose. Think. No, I'm going to need coal. So I guess the first thing we're going to do today is go down to the mine. We definitely need coal for torches. I can't be without torches. I don't think we're going to need it much while we're doing what we're going to do today, but I don't like being without torches. So let's start off with a little bit of branch mining. Pokemon Go took off because it was free, so that too, yeah. No question about that. Hey Tyler. So if you combine surface guardian spawning with prismarine spawning, you can make an especially productive guardian farm. Well, the video I was watching this morning from Groover Guy, I think it was Groover Guy, it might have been one of the other guys. Anyway, they were experimenting a bit with that, and yes and no is the answer. I think we have to do more research before any of that gets truly figured out. But for now, I know a method, or I think I know a method that will at least get us in the right vicinity of producing materials. And what I'll do is, once that's done, I'm going to need torches here as well. We'll set up a ticking area like I did around my base, so the prismarine farm stays active no matter where I am in the world. That way we'll maximize our productivity anyway. So just by nature of it being active whenever we're even in the world, not even close by, it will kind of help us out there. You have torches in the chest, but don't. I thought I did. I didn't see any. We should go mine anyway. I could always use more diamonds right now. Hello. I was almost going to play some No Man's Sky today, give it another go, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I kind of want to keep playing because I haven't really sort of dug into the properly new content yet with the base building stuff, and I am interested in the base building stuff. But it's just so grindy, and the interface drives me so insane. I just couldn't bring myself to load the damn thing up again today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll find the courage tomorrow to plow on with it. You only had 51 torches on the right side. Yeah, I thought I had less than a stack in there. Yeah, I need more coal anyway. One or the other. I think I'm okay for gravel right now. I think I've got most of a chest of gravel at least. So I'm not going to worry too much about that stuff there. I kept playing since the update. The tutorial is crazy good. The plot, if you follow the traveler's path, make sure that you're never too out of the loop of doing things over again. Yeah, but I kind of get frustrated with it holding my hand as well. It's a double-edged sword there. So as soon as it gave me the option to do my own thing, I started doing my own thing, so yeah. Maybe if I pick it up again, we'll try and go back to the traveler's path and see what else it wants to teach me. Nice. Hey there, Jasper. How you doing? Yeah, I don't know. I want to like No Man's Sky. And I wanted to like it 2 years ago. Maybe I'll try playing with a controller. I mean, it was designed, the interface was designed for controller use because it was focused on PlayStation development at the start because PlayStation threw a bunch of money at them. Which was always part of the problem. Because PlayStation threw a bunch of money at them, PlayStation wanted the game to be a success, so PlayStation made them do a lot more press than they ever would done if they stayed properly independent. And that's where all the trouble started, because, well, the spokesman they put out in front, old Sean Murray, is a pathological liar and has no media training. So he said and did a lot of things that just made things worse for him. Actually, I can just make some more torches here and keep digging, I suppose. Dr. Sweetfishes is new. I know you're new. Why are you only saying hello now? You were talking before and I said hello to you. Why are you doing that, hey, I'm new? Or have you just decided to stick around? You go, well, I might as well do the hey, I'm new thing if I'm going to stick around. Welcome aboard. You like the base building and the quests are super easy way to get money. Ah, where's the pro tip? Because I do need more money because I need to get a ship with proper inventory. Because, yeah, aside from the interface of No Man's Sky, it's the inventory management that's driving me insane. The number of times that robot lady has said, my suit inventory is full, my ship inventory is full, it's started to really just grind my gears. But we did play for 7 hours straight, which means I was pretty sort of a little bit grumpy and tired by the end of it, I think. I mean, I can play Minecraft for... In fact, I have played Minecraft for like 10, 11 hours at a swing, and the only thing that stopped me was getting so hungry I couldn't go on. But I was getting frustrated with No Man's Sky, so I lost my patience with it a bit. Which is why I feel like it's only fair to give it another go. But yeah, I might try playing with a controller. As much as I don't like using a controller for a first person... Well, I guess it's third person technically now, isn't it? Yeah, maybe the interface works better with a controller, because or maybe I can rebind some keys to make it more sensible. Just the way they use the Z and X and G and F key, it's just... Their keyboard layout is just so bafflingly illogical and just all over the place, and you need like 17 fingers to try and... You know how you watch someone who's really good at guitar, and their fingers kind of contort in really bizarre ways when they're playing those difficult chords? You need to do that with No Man's Sky controller interface. There's some parts where you've got to hold down Z but press F at the same time, but then you use A and D when you're scrolling through the inventory at the same time, so it's stupid. Drove me insane. Whatever. Minecraft today. Happy Minecraft. Controller interface I understand. Controller is better, says Jasper. I'm suspecting so. Because the D-pad, I'm supposing, will take a lot of that shortcut mini-menu stuff. Make that a lot easier. But the Z menu, I think it is, on the keyboard. I bet you that's all control pad, isn't it? Feels like it was designed for a control pad. Or a D-pad, I should say. You're able to swap out between third and first person with the X menu. Yeah, but even that's clumsy. That takes like 5 button presses. You gotta press Z, then you go over 3 or 4, then you go up 1, then you go over another one, then you press F, and it's so stupid. Why wouldn't you just make a fucking button? Every other game on the planet that lets you switch between first and third person perspectives, you can do it with one key. But no, not No Man's Sky. Oh, hello. What do we have here? Nothing of great interest. I think I came across this before, didn't I? I remember it. Gotta be careful, I'm out of range of my breather bubble thing. Alright, I guess that's as far as we go down here. What do we got? That's enough coal for now. Didn't find any diamonds, which is disappointing, but whatevs. How often does Minecraft use gravel traps to kill players anyway? Something we tried back there. Yeah, Bedrock seems to be particularly rich in gravel, so it happens more often. Or gravel is spawning deeper than it often does in Java or things like that. I mean, it's a good thing though, because we're using way more gravel than we ever used to because of concrete. I'm happy when I see gravel these days. That never used to happen. Doop-a-doo. Doop-a-doo. Zip-a-doo. Zip-a-doo. Might as well take everything back with us. Sean Murray is super cool on Twitter. Just an awkward fuck. I don't think he's super cool on Twitter. I've got a friend who keeps retweeting his crap into my timeline. He is a... Oh, fuck, fuck, fuck. He's a pathological liar. And he just doesn't seem to understand why people are so angry at him, because he keeps saying shit that just... look, don't even get me started on Sean Murray. I've had to mute him because my friend, like I said, my friend kept favoriting his tweets and retweeting him into my timeline and stuff like that, and I just so tired of seeing his fucking drivel. I just had to finally mute him. Didn't block him because there's a possibility I want to manually go to his feed to check out something he wrote about No Man's Sky update or something, you know, might be relevant someday, so mute, it works just fine. Zoop. Alright, let's see. Got any room for dirt anymore, do I? Nope, still got a little bit of room left. How are we doing for it? Yeah, well, not too bad for gravel. Yeah. Okay, so we've got all my spare torches now. Is that reversed? Got my shulker boxes, got my torches, tools and stuff. We're gonna need more food. What have we got in the go in here? Let's grab some mutton. We need to make a proper food farm soon. Right. Let's go check on that iron farm, because that would have been unloaded down in the mine usually. Ticking away, good. I think that must be inside the ticking area. I really should have measured it out properly, but whatever. So, let's go over to the monument and start digging. It's a clever way of setting up organization. Use picture frames, items. I need to remember that. Yeah, that's an old trick, man. That's an old Minecraft trick. I think that's been in use since picture frames were invented for Minecraft. It's good though, isn't it? Nice sort of glanceable stuff. The trouble with using it, depending on what version you're running and if you're running on a server and blah 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 blah, is each one of those item frames counts as an entity, and there are entity limits in Minecraft. Again, depending on what version, and if you're playing on a server, if you're playing multiplayer single player, blah blah blah. The more you use, sooner or later you'll hit that entity limit, or you can cause lag in some versions, things like that. So, but single player worlds like this with just small collections of frames, no problems. Right, where am I going? We're going to the end. I'm going to the Ocean Monument place thing. I forgot what I was doing. Been stuck with the alpha and beta mindset since that was the last time I played. Seriously, wow. Yeah, things have changed a lot since your day. Minecraft Saloon. A lot. Did I just hear a witch? Yeah. Had to say your day, right? Right there, how you feel? Dude, I turned 40 in a few days. I'm allowed to say back in my day, back in your day. I'm allowed to say the good old days. In a few days, I'll have been alive for 4 goddamn decades. Half of that. And stop your bitching, you whippersnapper. Oh, I'm 20 years old, I feel so old. Fuck you. Yeah, I really should pretty up this room a bit too, shouldn't I? We should pretty up all my portal rooms. Maybe we'll do that today as well, depending on when we get done with the other stuff. I've got the shulker boxes down, which means I can actually carry a bunch of materials around with you to make that shit easier. Oh, oh, I lost mouse control there. That was weird. I was doing that thing again. Where that lags out my mouse when I come through this portal. I wonder what it's trying to load up that does that. There we go, we're back to normal now. What is that down there? Oh, it's just the hole in the wall. Alrighty, let's get started. Oh, ah, damn it. Yeah, don't destroy that one. That one's important. Just makes you realise how short ago gaming and tech has evolved. Oh yeah. Dude, you should see gaming from my perspective. I've been alive for pretty much as long as gaming has. Like my first video game machine was the Atari 2600, which was born the year before I was, basically. And yeah, gaming has come just such a long way. I really wish I could stop accidentally destroying my thingy. I keep kind of trying to call those beacons. They're not beacons. It's a conduit. Just because there's beacon-like effect. Don't need to call it the wrong thing. Something else I'm noticing now that I never noticed about the beacon before is not only does it speed up your mining speed underwater, but it speeds up your mining speed when you're swimming too. Like when you're standing on stuff, you used to be able to mine relatively good underwater, but if you're swimming, because you're moving around, it used to really, really slow down. But that's the other thing. The conduit increases. Mining speed when you're actually mid-water, when you're mid-swim, when you're hovering, when you're... Floating is probably the word I'm looking for. I mean, we're still faster when we're on our feet, but still. This is not going to take too long at all. You should remember to go up every now and again and collect the bits before they despawn. So I do want this stuff. Just move into the realistic. Well, it depends on the game. For me, it depends on the game. I love a really nice stylistic look to a game. Like, you know, Minecraft has a strong style to it, and Drag Quest builders, I love the style of that. That's another Minecraft-like thing. I like the style of games like Fortnite that have that sort of, not quite cartoony, but bright and crispy kind of style. But I also like the stuff that sort of tries to approach a more realistic kind of thing as well, like, I don't know, GTA 5. Not designed to be photorealistic, but you know what I mean? The other half of that sentence is here somewhere. Interesting. Can't open those if you stand in front of them anymore. Loading. Fine. Put both of you sideways then, shall I? In fact, you can actually see water. What the fuck did I miss? Yeah, this is part of that conduit thing as well. Like, this thing is new as of this current version of Minecraft. You got to collect a few different rare materials to build it. This little orb thing in the middle. Once you do that, you surround it with this prismarine material in this specific pattern, and it gives you powers underwater. Like I can breathe infinitely underwater. You can see I have no air bubbles in my food bar anymore. You can see better, you can mine quicker. It's awesome. Because this latest update is all about aquatic stuff. So they've changed the way water physics work, they've added water-based mobs, you can see fish swimming around, there's seagrass and kelp, and yeah, just a butt ton of aquatic-related features coming with this update, and that conduit is one of the best things ever for taking advantage of that, actually building underwater. Which used to be a colossal pain in the ass. My goodness, this mind spinning. It's like having a fortune 4 pickaxe. Do I have fortune? Oh, sorry. Oh, I do have an efficiency 4 pickaxe. That's probably helps me. It's like having an efficiency pickaxe. You do have an efficiency pickaxe, you jackass. But still. Don't forget about suicidal dolphins. Yeah. The dolphin AI isn't what it could be. They keep killing themselves on one of my builds. I think they have difficulty with window panes. Oh yeah, and the obviously one of the other big differences in the aquatic update is items float now, which is sometimes an awesome thing, sometimes a slightly annoying thing. Because it does mean I have to come up and manually collect this stuff, instead of it just sitting at the floor below me. Turtles too, they're new. We've got sea turtles now, as well as dolphins. Though I don't think we'll see any in this area, because this is, I think, cold ocean. And the turtles don't like to live here. Yeah, oceans have full-on biomes now. There's warm ocean, cold ocean, frozen, lukewarm, swamp, beach. I think it's like 7 different ocean biomes or something like that, or water-based biomes. And that all affects things like what spawns there, the color of the water. How visibility works. Yeah, so Ocean's got a lot more complex at long last, because they were the most boring thing in Minecraft for such a long time. It was just water and gravel. But now they're full of life and variety. There's also sunken shipwrecks, which have treasure chests in them full of loot. There are underwater ruins, which are kind of like the ruins of old villages, although they're not really built like villages are built like now, but, you know, same sort of idea. Yeah, there's the glass recycling, right on time. There's buried treasure. You can find treasure maps that will lead you to buried treasure chests to get more loot. God, there's so much been added to this update. When you start saying it out loud and telling someone who hasn't played Minecraft since the beta days, it's hard to realise just how much they added to the game just now. And that's just in this latest update. It's not even counting all the stuff they've added to every update that's come out in the last, what, 5 years since you played? If last time you played was the beta or something? It'd be at least, no, more than 5 years, 6 years maybe. Aren't those transportable storage? Yeah, those little purple things. Yeah, those are shulker boxes. They're not brand new. They're new to you, obviously. But they came through in, I want to say 1.9? Java 1.9 shulker boxes, right? Might have been 1.10. Sometime around there, anyway. But yeah, you make those out of shulker shells, which are a loot drop from a new mob, or new to you mob, called the shulkers, which can only be found in one place in Minecraft, which are end cities, which are a new environment in the end dimension. Once you beat the dragon, you can go out from the main island, find an end city where you will find buildings and stuff, and they are filled with, amongst other things, shulkers, which are little box-like things that shoot missiles at you that make you levitate. So they're kind of tricky to deal with. Very, very fun, but tricky. And when you kill them, they have a chance of dropping shulker shell, which is half of their body, basically. Once you get 2 shulker shells, you can wrap them around a chest, and you make these things, which are shulker boxes, which are transportable storage. So I can fill these up, pick up the entire box, and take it with me. A bit like an ender chest, but you don't need silk touch or anything like that, and they're cheaper to make. You can also dye them. I got a red one and a white one for specific purposes over there. Oh yeah, tridents. There are tridents now because there's a new underwater mob called the Drowned, which are literally drowned zombies. And they carry a new projectile weapon called the Trident. That has a few different enchantments possible to it, one of which kind of makes you fly through the air if it's raining. One of it sort of bounces it back to you like Thor's hammer. One of it summons lightning, so you can sort of make charged creepers on command now. Or, you know, create witches out of villagers. Ooh, that's something we should do. We should make like a manual witch farm. We'll hook up a villager breeder to a collection box and just wait till we get like 20 villagers in there and use the channeling command to make lightning strike 20 different villagers at once, turn them all into witches, and then kill the witches for their loot. It's probably easier to do than a traditional witch farm, actually. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I want a trident witch farm. Speaking of drowned, why am I not seeing it? Oh, there's a guardian at last. Yeah, something's up with the mob spawning. I haven't seen any hostile mobs apart from that single guardian. Loading up a new world on my Switch. Yeah. Have fun! Oh, I will tell you that you do need the new version of Minecraft on your Switch to get these updates. If you've got the Nintendo Switch edition of Minecraft, these updates aren't in it. You need Minecraft proper. They just replaced the game with a brand new version, new code base, but it's a separate file, separate download. But if you already own the Nintendo Switch edition version of Minecraft, you do get the other one for free. So just a heads up on that. Depending on when you bought Minecraft for the Switch, you might not have downloaded the new version yet. It'll prompt you if you load it up anyway, as long as you're online. If you load up the old version, it will say, hey, there's a new version. You want to go to the store and download it? Got the new one yet? Cool. There you go. Good to release. Gotta put more time into it. Cozy. Oh, yeah, Bedrock is pretty buggy still, yeah. There are some issues. But then again, every version of Minecraft is buggy in one way or the other. There's no such thing as a version of Minecraft that was not buggy. Zoop. I love the way they kill fish. I'm a fire my laser! Weird noises. Why am I hearing weird noises? Do you remember playing a lot on servers like Hypixel? I forget what it's called. Yeah, Mineplex, I think it was. Yeah, I've never really played on those kind of public servers at all, so I'm not even sure what goes on in them. I know the basic stuff, like, you know, there's games like Hunger Games and Lifeboat and things like that, and Bed Wars, but I've never actually played any. Never had much interest in it. I've always preferred the survival experience. Don't even spend much time in creative mode, actually, unless I need to test something. Actually, that's something we were talking about, wasn't it? Just having a creative world that we stream sometimes. Like, maybe, you know, keep Minecraft Sundays for survival mode. Oh shit, this pig's nearly dead. We should go back and repair it. Or at least build a few sacrificial pigs in the meantime, because this is a good pick, I don't want it to die. What we really need to do is get mending on it. Not that that would have helped us out here, because we don't get to experience of mining this stuff, but whatever. Which reminds me, now we need to make an ender so we can get quick experience recharges for mending. They were super fun, bunch of minigames, basically on the points experience. You used to raise your level in them and get extra packs to allow different abilities. That's kind of neat. Oh, loot boxes, of course, loot boxes. Yeah, I mean, well, I was saying we could make a, like, do a creative world just for dicking around and building and experimenting on stream. For a bit of variety. Also, it could be fun to make that the multiplayer version as well. Like, we could have a, make it a realm, or make it just, multiplayer so you guys can join while I'm on. Realms would be cool, certainly build the biggest treehouse possible. You know what, I've never actually built a genuine Minecraft treehouse. That was going to be the plan for the next quote-unquote season, I guess. You know, we're always going to start a new world eventually, because new world means new variety and do different things different ways, things like that. But yeah, I remember thinking that the next world we do, we might do an arbor world, make a treehouse. But then the new update was announced and it was like, hey, it's all about the aquatic stuff. Maybe we could do an underwater treehouse. That'd be fun. I think I just saw a turtle. Yeah, I did see a turtle. Here we go. There he is. Hey, friendo. I think that might be my favourite mob in Minecraft. They look so awesome. Sea turtles are one of my favourite creatures, full stop, but Minecraft turtles are awesome. Alright, well, let's head back, fix up my pick and stuff. We may also take the shulker box back with us, and dump off what we've collected so far. Leave the other one behind. And possibly put a Nintendo logo on it and call it the Nintendo Treehouse. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, I think at least part of my underwater base that we'll be building soon, once we get sort of a good supply of glass and things like that, I think I'm going to try and shape it like a turtle. Like a giant glass underwater turtle. I think it'd be awesome. Or maybe we could just make the shell out of glass and we can use like the prismarine I've been collecting for the underside. No, wait, sandstone for the underside because that'll be the pal. I'm starting to get ideas. Ooh, that's right. I need to check out the Nintendo Switch store at some point too. Apparently there's a big sale going on. There might be something there I want. Yeah, heads up on that, by the way. Sale on the Nintendo eShop. I don't know whether it's just Australia only, but I know it is at least Australia because I saw it reported by an Australian source. So. Good thing you have a couple of swimming and a lot of green glassfate turtle. Oh yeah. Actually, let's check in on that cactus farm and see if it actually has been active while we're over at the monument, because it should have been. Like I said, I set up the ticking area thing, so it should be active all the time now. I think it made like 2, didn't it? What do we have, 64 and 1 before? Hard to tell. That should be enough green anyway, even for a big turtle. A whole block of cactus, that's a lot of dye. Nice of you to drop a gold block. Oh, Paladins is free on the Switch now. There you go. Put my prismarine stuff, there we are. Gonna need more boxes for the prismarine stuff, I think. Maybe we should start separating into... Yeah. What we might want to do is... we'll use that one for the prismarine proper. This one for the prismarine brick. And we'll move this out of here. Maybe save this one for the crystals. brick, brick. Brick, 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 brick. Oops. And do dark rosemary. Easy peasy. I mean, we might switch around the ice for that one, so we have the shards and bits like that next to this stuff. Might make more sense. In fact, let's do that now. There we go. Organization and on. Cool. 27 levels. That should be enough to repair my pickaxe. It's getting expensive to repair. Maybe we should spend some time with those new villagers and see if we can find a mending guy before we do much else. Oh. Apparently I cannot repair that one anymore. Well, that's heartbreaking. What if I do... Too expensive. Too expensive. Bollocks! Fortune unbreaking efficiency. About to die. Oh well, might as well go enchant this and see what we can get out of it. What if I've got an Unbreaking 3 book sitting somewhere? Can I has joins? No, for two reasons. First reason is single player world. Second reason is you abuse the English language. It's really awkward to play with the controller. It is, Tyler. You get used to it. Like, I played with the controller for like a year and a half with the Nintendo Switch edition of Minecraft. It took me a while to get used to it, but you can get used to a controller. It's never ever as good as a mouse and keyboard, but you can get used to it. It starts to feel less awkward eventually. Looting. Okay, so we got nothing really worthwhile there for it. Bane, Silk Touch. We already Silk Touch, we don't need that. Acrophinian Punch, no, none of that's any good. Let's just try 27 level enchant and see what we get. Unbreaking 2, fine. That's all we get? Bollocks to you. I guess we could put efficiency on it. Or, alternatively, stop it. Let's enchant a book, see what else we get out of it. Depth Strider, Feather Falling, neither of those is what I want. I can't really cancel out that anyway, can I? I guess efficiency 1 is better than nothing. Just for a throwaway axe anyway. And I guess we might as well make a few ordinary iron axes to bring back with us as well. Guess we're going to need a few to get through that monument. May I join? Ooh. Oh, so close. Why are you? What was the word you were looking for there? But no, even if I wanted to allow strangers into my world, couldn't do it anyway. Single player world. Sad trombone for you. And back you go. Alright, let's take a quick nap so the trip is safer. And we go back. Honestly feel like I'm one of those special cases that I can just get used to every kind of controller possible, even though the ugly ones you can just see on the internet. Lucky you. I mean, I prefer a controller a lot of the time. The only real exception is first-person based games. Yeah, just the ability to mouse around like that makes such a huge difference in my ability to play and target properly. Never could get any good at thumbstick targeting in first-person things. And it's alright in some games, some shooters for example, that have the sort of target assist lock-on stuff, like GTA. I like playing GTA with a mouse and keyboard because it has that little target assist lock-on system. You can adjust how you like it. But Minecraft doesn't have that because that's not how Minecraft works, so it made it a bit... I mean, I could build alright with it. I was much slower at building with thumbsticks. Had to be much more deliberate. But it was the bow and arrow stuff that really killed me. Thumbsticks in Minecraft. I was so shit at aiming with a bow and arrow. It took me so long to line up a shot. I mean, I could line up a shot good. My aim was good, but it was just so slow. So I'm just reading back up through chat the stuff I missed. You said paladins have S perk. Have to S peak. What? Paladins is really stupid. I've never played paladins at all. Should give it a go. Why not? It's free, right? Having more fun with Overwatch. Oh, that probably is why Overwatch is free this weekend, because Paladins went free on the Nintendo Switch. I'm probably trying to distract from that a bit. Yeah, Overwatch is having a free weekend, for those of you who don't know and have never tried Overwatch yet. Now's your chance to give it a go. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not really my type of game, which is why I don't play it on the regular, but as far as that type of game goes, it is really nicely done. But yeah, I should give Paladins a go. You never know, I might like it. Should give it on the Switch. I might have an advantage if everyone's terrible. Because the mouse, you know, thumbsticks. What? Oh, geez, have I been up here for? Oh. Sorry, I just saw Moobot posting the hourly command there, and I went, hang on a second, have I been live for an hour already? Doovers. Time flies when you're jibber-jabbering and mining out of an ocean monument, eh? I do enjoy Overwatch, even bought it on PS4 and PC. Why? Why? Bought on PS4? Why would you buy it on PS4? Is your account blocked now? Did they Fortnite the bitch out of it? Or do you have a different account? Or, I guess... Wait, is Overwatch even on Xbox yet? Maybe they don't lock accounts because you can't play it on the other... consoles. Yeah, the whole BS behind crossplay and PS4 right now is... It has meant that I've gone from, you know, if I'm going to own a game on a console, if I had the option... Oh no, sorry. Any other dolphins around? No other dolphins around. The perfect crime. Yeah, for those of you who are new, like Soul, dolphins are like pigmen. if you attack one, all the other dolphins in the area are going to kick the shit out of you. I got lucky there and accidentally killed a dolphin, or accidentally hit a dolphin. But there were no other dolphins around to attack me when he died, so got away with it. But yeah, they will kick the shit out of you. Can't don't transfer across with Overwatch anyway? Ah, I see. If I could stop swimming, that'd be great. Just stand on the thing. Stop. Mates. Yeah, that's always the thing, isn't it? Multiplayer. Multiplayer is always the big thing. That's why I got Far Cry 5 on the Xbox One X and not the PC. Well, I did actually get it on the PC as well, but the priority was Xbox because that's where my friend Ali was playing and we wanted to co-op. So I had to play it on Xbox to enable that. Hopefully as we move forward, more and more and more and more games will have not just we'll have a cross-play properly. Especially after the Xbox gets its update, which will enable mouse and keyboard. Which I think, does Minecraft support mouse and keyboard yet on the Xbox? I know it doesn't, they haven't enabled it across the entire system yet, at least not in the main update. I think it might be in testing already. I was right too, by the way. The Guardians are distracted by the fish. They don't really attack me very often. Xbox One can use mouse to keyboard. Oh, they're going to, yeah. I think there's... If you're on the fast ring on the Xbox... what do they call their... early access to system updates things, what do they call it again? I'm blank on it. But yeah, they're working on adding full system level mouse and keyboard support to the Xbox. So that'll be awesome. Especially if you like first person shooters. Unknown yet how they're going to handle the advantage that gives people against people with controllers, for example. Perhaps games will have an option in them, say, hey, I only want to be matched up with people playing with a controller. And even if you do that, is there a way around it? Can you switch out to mouse and keyboard halfway through the match or something? Who knows? All complex and problematic, but yeah, they're working on it. 2 Iron Golems attack Guardians and vice versa. I don't believe so, no. I never used to. They might have changed that, but I don't think so. Golems really only bother about zombies and slimes. Actually, I don't know if they fight slimes. I know slimes are attracted to golems, but I don't remember whether golems actually punch slimes or not. Because I've always used a golem to bait the slime into a cactus trap when I build slime farms and things like that. I guess I wouldn't have to need to use the cactus trap if golems fought back, so I don't know, I can't remember. So you got a console wars, controller wars. Yeah. But yeah, Microsoft are kind of trying to gradually mutate the Xbox, not so much into a simple hardware platform, but a generalized platform, so Xbox will cover, and they already do this to some extent with cross-buy games and stuff like that from first parties. PC and Xbox are one and the same family, as far as Microsoft will be concerned. So hopefully that means kind of universal crossplay, universal cross-buy, things like that. At least for first-party titles, like they do now. Be a nice world to live in when that happens. Certainly leave Sony out in the cold. If people respond to it well anyway, which I hope they do. Because while it isn't free from problems, it is a good idea. Girls also attack skellies. I don't remember. I don't think they do, because skellies don't really bother about attacking villagers. I know skellies will target iron golems with arrows, but again, I don't remember whether iron golems will fight back. They might if they're hit, I guess. Because yeah, iron golems are used in some witch farms. Because you get skeletons firing across the spawn platform towards iron golems, and the idea is you catch the witches in the crossfire to kill them. I've seen some kooky witch farm designs based on that idea. But yeah, like slimes. Oh. Is it you? Might have been you. That's interesting. I've never seen them run away before. He started to target me, and then he ran away. Started my world for a bit. Going to try and find a village for a setup base. Yeah, I always like to start near a village. Gives you a little bit of a leg up. Saves you a little bit of early game grind. Like this world, we started next to a village. Set up our first base in one of the huts. Never really understood why the term PC changed to be used for Windows computers. It never changed. It was always used to describe Windows computers. It was just also in more broad use, like when Windows wasn't the core option. PC just stands for personal computer. A Windows PC, or a Windows computer is a PC. A Mac is a PC, really, technically speaking, but over time, because of the way people used it and because of marketing, because Apple always wanted to set themselves out aside, so they never called their own PCs in their marketing. They called them Macintoshes or Macs, but they are PCs, technically speaking. So PC just started to become the default word people would use for a Windows PC, because PC is easy to say than Windows machine or Windows PC or the Microsoft Windows computer. It's quicker and easier. It's all about laziness. This is all things. Right. We're a bit early for a break, but I do need to take a quick break. Because quite frankly, something is going on with my bowels and I need to do something about it. Don't want to give you too much information there, but I don't think my breakfast is sitting right. I gotta go poop! Be right back.